Okay, let's get started over here. Okay, welcome back to our revision. This is revision lesson 3 for P4. This is the P4 year-end revision session that's organized by Math Accelerator Center. Okay, I'm the trainer today. I am Mr. Siu. Right, if you're new here, so those are just logged in, welcome. Welcome to this session. So some of you are new, some of you are old here, right? Okay. So let me go through a simple introduction so that everybody knows who we are and what we do. Right, so Math Accelerator is a math specialist center. We specialize in helping students with borderline grades to turn around their results within a short time. Right, over the years, many students have come to us and seek help, and we will able to help them turn around their results. Some between 60 to 90 days of joining us, because we have this unique system that is able to help students understand problem sums in a very systematic manner and help them solve problem sums in a systematic manner and in clear steps. Now, the objective of this revision session, right, is our public outreach program. So what we do here is we are trying to help students who are struggling with problem sums and help students to improve their understanding and confidence in tackling problem sums. What we're going to do in this 1 hour is to demonstrate how problem sums can be solved systematically and so that it's easy to follow and you can use it and apply it in SA2. So most of all, we'd like to help students be prepared for SA2 and help them achieve good results. So before we get started, let me go through some of our upcoming events. So starting October, we're having the 2 major programs. One of them will be the SA2 booster class, which is starting this weekend. And the other one is the final revision bootcamp during the PSLE marking week. So let me share with you, let me bring you to our website and take a look. Right, this is our website. So here is the programs that we have here. So let's zoom in on revision for P4. So this is our SA2 October revision program. So we have 2 major programs that we are offering this time. One is our revision booster class. Right, our revision booster class is a topical revision. Okay, it spans over 4 lessons that will cover some of the major topics that will be tested in your SA2 as well as heuristics. Okay, there will be every session there will be 2 heuristics being discussed. So you learn how to solve problem sums using these heuristics, and we will also teach you some efficient strategies that you can zoom in and solve the problem sums quickly. So these are, we have both online and live classes, right? Online classes is like this via Zoom, and we have live classes at Parkway Center where we are located. The other program that I want to introduce to you will be the final revision bootcamp. So the final revision bootcamp is happening during the 1-week PSLE marking week. So there'll be a 2 days program. It's a condensed version of the booster class, but we're zooming in specifically on trending SA2 problem sums that has been trending and tested in the last 2 years. Okay, in the last 2 years, we extracted all these questions from the SA2 papers over the last 2 years, 2018 and 2019. And from there, we condense it and we package it into 2 days to help you master all these problem sums techniques within a short time. Some of these problem sums technique will be equal model, comparison model, guess and check, and access and shortage. So again, we'll be having both online and live classes as well. So if you're interested, okay, if parents are listening in, you can drop us a line, okay, or let us know in the chat. Then we'll be able to give you more details on how to get all these websites. Okay, maybe I can post it in the link so you can have a look. Right. So, one moment. So here is the website that you can go through. So please take a look. If you're interested, please forward to your parents or forward to any friends who might be interested in our program. For today's, this is a lesson outline for today. The topic will be on fractions, and we'll be sharing two problem sum strategies, namely part whole type 1 and part whole type 2. Then after that, we'll be sharing with you higher order thinking questions. There will be 2 of them this week. So you should be able to download the worksheets before the lesson, right? Have every one of you downloaded the worksheet already? Right. If you have downloaded the worksheet, can you type WS, right? That will let me know. Okay. How many of you are reading off the screen? If you're reading off the screen, right, can you type SR? Okay, especially those who are, right. Okay, so you're reading off, some of you are reading off the screen, right? No problem. So you can also download the worksheet from the link. Maybe I can post it to you now. So this is the link. You can go and download the worksheet. Now, if you are reading off the screen, right, can I request that do not copy the question, right? You can download the worksheet from the link that I give you, right? What I want you to do is follow the discussion and work with me to solve the problem sum. So in that case, you'll be able to learn. The questions you can copy later or you can download it through the link. And do remember the replay of the lesson will be made available within 1 or 2 days. Here are some of the ground rules. Right, audios will be muted because we have a large audience down here, and communication is primarily through chat. So please participate actively in answering the questions and asking questions, and no spamming on the chat. Okay, please be considerate. Okay, I do see a lot of you just now who are not really focusing. You're talking about other stuff. So we appreciate that we focus on the lesson itself, right? So you can learn more and be prepared for SA2. So listen attentively and write the solutions and have fun. So are we ready for the lesson already? Right? If you're ready for the lesson, say yes. Then we get started. Okay. So here is the lesson outline. So today we'll be doing part whole type 1 and part whole type 2, and we'll be solving 2 problem sums with you. So part whole type 1 is there are 4 simple steps to follow. First, you identify the number of units in one whole. Then identify the parts of the whole. Next, you have to construct the model to visualize the problem, and then we solve for the answers. So let me read. This is the first question. Right, so there are 3 questions in these strategies. I will read the question first before we solve this question. So Henry spends 3/7 of his money on a bag and 1/4 of the remainder on a shirt. He was left with $75. How much money did he have at first? All right. So from this question, we can tell that these are some of the key information that you should be taking note of. So I would like you to underline these keywords as well. Okay, once you have underlined the keywords, type OK. Okay, as I mentioned, the first step is to identify the number of units in the whole, right? So we can see that the denominator is 7. Therefore, we're going to draw 7 units. So I would like you to draw 7 units. Right, we have 7 units here. Done? So from 7 units, right, my next question to you is, how many units must I shade for the back? How many units? Right, 3. Thank you, Dira. Thank you, Namira. Right, Amelia also. So we're going to shade these 3 units. Okay, these are for the back. Now, the next thing is 1/4 of the remainder on a shirt. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of 4 units, we're going to shade 1 unit. That's right, Amber. Okay, we're going to shade 1 unit for the shirt. So I would like everybody to do the same thing. You shade this unit, and okay, you can write S for shirt, right? You can put the letter S. So this is the amount left. And can you tell me how much is left? Can you zoom in on the question and let me know how much is left? Right, $75. So 3 units is $75. Can I give you 2 minutes? Can you help me solve this question and find out for me how much money did he have at first? Right, so before we can do that, okay, what's the first step? Can you tell me? Done. Oh, Justin's completed. Dira has completed. So we take 3 units. It will give us $75, right? Then we're going to solve to find 1 unit. So how are we going to solve for 1 unit? We take 75, divide by 3, right? And then we will have $25. So is this the end? Right? So this is not the end. So what should we do next? Right. So we're going to find how much money he have at first. So at first, how many units does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in total, there are 7 units. So we're going to take 25 times 7. And what would that give us? I see 185 and 175. So is it 185 or 175? Let me see. Okay. Let's try to do at the side. 25 times 7. First, you get 35. Carry 3. So 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. So it will be 175. Hey, good job. Those who get 175. Right. So if you have 185, can you please check your working again? Right. This is the cell working that you should be working on, and you will have 175. So your answer, Henry has $175 at first. Can everybody follow? Okay, how many of you have 175 before me? Type me too. Yes, Jesslyn, you have a question. Can I help you? Okay, right. So maybe if you have questions, you can ask while I'm doing this question, but later on when I'm doing question 2 and you still have question on number 1, right? Or the previous question, I will encourage you to stay back a while after the lesson so that I can discuss with you further, right? We do not want to keep everybody waiting. You can put the dollar sign at the end of the working. Okay, you can omit the dollar sign. Yes, Sylvia. One last question before I move on to question 2. What's your question? Is it about dollar sign also? Okay. Right, maybe you take your time to type, or I can answer your question at the end of the lesson. Huh? So if you are ready for question 2, right, can you help me type Q2? Then we move to the next question. Okay, let's move to the next question. Right, let me read the question first. 3/7 of the people in the hall are boys. 3/4 of the remainder are girls, and the rest are adults. There are 400 more girls than adults. How many people are there in the hall? Right, the first thing, as we know, is to identify how many units are there at the very beginning. Can you tell me how many units are there at first? Right, there are 7 units at first, right? So we're going to draw 7 units out. Yeah, all right. So if there's not enough amount of money, okay, Sylvia, what if the remaining amount of money is 4 units and the remaining is only 2 units? Then what should we do? I think you are referring to splitting the units, right? Which is in part whole type 2, right? So we will solve that later. I hope I can answer your question. Okay, you just have some patience. That will be on page 4. Okay, so first of all, we have to draw 7 units based on this denominator. So we're going to draw 7 units. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 units. Oh, 7 units. 3 of the units are for boys. So here, I just put a letter B for boys. Okay, I hope you understand. Right, then 3/4 of the remainder are girls. Let's see if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I draw extra units. Let me erase this. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so now we have 3/4 of the remainder. The remainder has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it matches the 4 units at the denominator. So we're going to shade another 3 units, and this is for the girls. Right, this one is for the first 3 units for the boys, next 3 units for the girls, and the rest are adult. So here, 1 single unit remains, it belongs to the adult. Next, let's count the number of units. So for the boys, we have 3 units. For the girls, we have 3 units as well. And adult, we have 1 unit. Here says there are 400 more girls than adults, right? So girls, we have 3 units. Adult, we have 1 unit. We're looking for the, are we looking for the sum or difference? Right, thank you, Lloyd. You're quite fast. So we're looking for the difference. So let's find the difference between the units for the girls and the units for the adult. And we will have 2 units. So this 2 units is equals to this number over here. So 2 units will be 400. How about 1 unit? Can you help me work out? Okay, I'll share the answers with you later. Let me work through the question first, all right? So 1 unit, you divide 400 by 2, and we will have 200. So next, we're going to find how many people are there in the hall. As we recall, we have 7 units here. If you're not sure, we can count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the total will be 7 units. So 7 multiplied by the value of 1 unit is 200. And in the end, we will have 1,400. So your answer for this question will be 1,400. How many of you have 1,400 before me? Oh, Kai Xian got it. Okay, Amber got it. Okay, it seems that a lot of you got it. Okay, how many of you are following me step by step? Type follow. Anyone? Okay, great. Okay, you can follow. Okay, all right. So, am I clear? Have I answered all your questions? Any question about this? Question 2, let me know within the next minute. Otherwise, I'll be moving on to question 3. Yes or no also will be appreciated so that I know whether I need to go faster or slower, right? If you're ready for question 3, can you type Q3? Then we move to the next question. All right? Okay, great. Okay, we're going to move to the next question now. So this is the next question. Let me read the question first, and later we underline some of the key information. So 3/8 of a bag of balls were blue in color. 4/5 of the remainder were red balls and the rest were yellow balls. There are 24 more blue balls compared to yellow balls. How many balls were there in the bag altogether? So as you know, the next step after reading is to underline some of the important information like this, right? This will give you an indication of how many units you need to draw for this question. Next, there is a remainder, right? There's a remainder over here. So 4/5 of the remainder were red and the rest were yellow. The last piece of information tells us that 24 more blue balls compared to yellow balls. So can you tell me, after reading, how many units must I draw first? 8. Right, thank you everybody, quite fast. Amelia, Kaisian, Dira, thank you everybody. So we're going to draw 8 units. Right, out of 8 units, we're going to shade 3, and this will be for the blue color, so blue. 4/5 of the remainder were red. Let me see if we have how many units remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of 5, the next 4 units here belongs to red. And the last unit here will be for yellow. Next, we were told that there are 24 more blue balls compared to yellow balls. Can you refresh my memory again? Blue has how many units? 3, right? Here is 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Yellow, as we can see, is 1 unit. So we're looking for the difference because more than less than indicates the difference, right? So 3 unit minus 1 unit will give us 2 units. And what is the value of these 2 units? Can you help me? Right, these 2 units is equals to, thank you Douglas, Amber, and Kaisian is 24. How about 1 unit? What's the value of the 1 unit? So you take 24, divide by 2, and we get 12. Right, so what's the last step? How many balls were there in the bag altogether? So we're going to look for the total number of balls, right? The total, as we know, is 8 units. So 12 times 8 will give us a value of, what's your answer? Can you share with me? Okay, thank you, Braden. Thank you, Amber. Right, it will be 96. Right, it will be 96. I see a 92 somewhere. Maybe I need to show you how do I get 96, right? 12 times 8. Okay, 2 times 8 already 16. So the number in the ones place cannot be 4 or 2. So you carry 1. 1 times 8. 1 times 8 is 8. 8 plus 1 will give you 9. So it is 96. Okay, no problem. Just make sure you are able to get it correct the next time. Okay, so this is how we solve part hole type 1, right? Type 1 is very easy. You just have to draw, identify how many units at the beginning, and then shade accordingly for the first color, then count the number of remainder. If it matches the denominator in the second fraction, then we carry on to shade the number of units represented by the numerator over here. Then after that, we are able to identify all the units belonging to these three colors, right? Belonging to all these three colors. So then the most important one is this second last line that tells us we need to find the difference between the blue and the yellow. So from there, this is how we work out the value of 1 unit equals to 12. Lastly is to find how many balls in the bag altogether. So we know that there are 8 units over here. So one unit is 12. So 12 times 8, that will give us 96. How many of you got the answer before me? May I know? You can type me too, right? So, and the rest of you who are following, can you type the word follow or FL? Okay, thank you. So far, so good, everybody? Okay, are you able to understand? Yes, right? Okay, good. So if you're okay, can you type for me page 4, right? Then we're going to move to the next strategy. Type page 4. Right, thank you. Let's move on from here. Right, if you have question about question 3, right? You have anything to ask, can I give you the next 30 seconds to let me know? Then I will help you understand, okay? Or you can help me to watch the replay. You can also watch the replay after the lesson to help you reinforce your understanding. Right, let's move on to the next question. Right, so now we're going to move on to part hole type 2. How is type 2 different from type 1? Right. We'll be sending you the link either tomorrow or the next day, so you can have a look at you can watch the replay as well. Right. No, it depends on the question. It's not, you cannot add all the numerators together. It depends on the question. Okay, so now let's check this question first. All right, can I carry on with this question? Then later your questions, we'll set aside some time to answer you, right? To answer all your questions in a short while, right? Let's come to this question first. So how is type 2 different from type 1? Type 2 involves splitting the model. That's where the difference is, right? You need to split the model. So in this question, it says that Madam Siti baked some cupcakes. She sold 2/5 of them on Monday and 1/6 of the remainder on Tuesday. If she had 150 cupcakes left, how many cupcakes did she bake? So as usual, these are the key information that we should highlight. Yeah, we need to split the models, split the remaining models into more parts. So based on the first, look at the first fraction. How many units must I draw in the first place? Right, we should be drawing 5 units. Thank you. Right, we should have 5 units. So from 5 units, you need to allocate 2 units for Monday. Now, Tuesday says we need to have 6 units for the remainder, right? 1/6 of the remainder means remainder must have 6 units. But we only have 3. So therefore, we need to split it further. So 6 divided by 3, each of the units we have to split into 2. So this is called splitting the unit, right? Splitting the model. So now we count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It matches the 6 units that's required for the remainder. Then we need to shade one of them for Tuesday. Next, we are informed that she had 150 cupcakes left. So here to here is what's left, and it's 150 cupcakes. So how many units is there for Does it represent 150? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 units equals to 150. So therefore, can you help me find the value of 1 unit? Okay, thank you, Amber. So 1 unit is 30. Right, 30. So what's the next step? So next we're going to find how many cupcakes did she bake all together, right? So how many cupcakes did she, how many units are there for the total? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, we have 10 units and every unit is 30. So in the end, our answer will be 300, right? 300. So your answer, Madam City baked 300 cupcakes. Okay, very good, right? Okay, I'm glad, Sylvia, you understand now. So how many of you are able to get the answer before me? Oh, you use a different method, Kai Xian. Okay, right, that's good. Okay, all right. So how many of you are following my method, okay, and my instruction? Type follow. Okay, we have a few of you are following. That's good also. That means you're attentive, you're learning something. How many of you have encountered this question before and do not know how to solve it? Have you seen this type of question before? Oh, I see. So is this method useful to you? Oh, okay. Useful, right? Now, there are many ways to solve the problem sum, right? What I'm going to present to you is just one method. If you're keen to learn how to solve more problem sums, right, I would suggest that you join one of our regular classes. Okay, so but due to time constraint, and this is just a public outreach program, we're able to solve just using one method. Oh, Camelia, congrats to you. All right, so if you're ready, any question for number 1? Can I let you have the next 30 seconds to ask? Then after that, if no, can you type question 2? Once 50% of you type Q2, then we move on to the next question. Okay, Estelle is moving on to question 2. Qian Tong also moving question 2. All right, it looks like 50% of you are moving already. So let's move on, right? Question 2. So let me read to you question 2. Betty made some apple pies for a charity fair. She sold 1/4 of her pies in the morning and 5/6 of her remaining pies in the afternoon. If she had 20 pies at the end of the day, find the number of pies she had at first. Okay, so first of all, after reading, we underline the keywords, right? The key information here. At your level, there should be about 3. 3 of them will be, these 3 sets will be the important information. So now, can you tell me how many units must I draw at first? 4, right? So this is the first piece of information. It says that 1/4 of our pies were sold in the morning. The denominator tells us that we need to draw 4 units. So out of 4 units, one of these unit is for the morning. Morning, I just put a M, right? M for morning. Next. And she also baked 5/6 of the remaining pies in the afternoon. But we only have 3 units. How do we achieve 6? Can somebody help me recall? Right, we cut it or we split it. Right, thank you, Douglas. So we're going to split it, cut it into half or split it. So after we split it, so we have 6, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of 6, we have to allocate 5 of them for the afternoon, right? I put A for afternoon. If she had 20 pies left at the end of the day, so here is 20. So can I give you 2 minutes from here, can you let me know what's the final answer? Okay, Dira, you got the right answer. Douglas, you got the right answer as well. Jenna, Amber, okay, you got the right answer. Okay, Snow, you have the right answer. Amelia, yay is not an answer, right, Amber? Evangeline, Chen Tong, you got the right answer. So we know that 1 unit now is equals to 20. So what's next? We're going to find the total number of units at first, right? So total at first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 20 times 8, we will have 160. So 160 is the answer to this question, right? So I'll recap what we do. So what we have done is, first of all, based on this first piece of information, we draw 4 units. Then we allocate 1 unit for the morning. Afternoon, we have to have 6 units for the remainder, right? 6 units for the remainder. However, we discover there's only 3, right? So for 3, I haven't finished yet. So Basti, you might want to, what is it that is too fast for you? Or you just join us or what? So these are the 3 units. So we need to further split it into 2, right? So after we split it already, we're able to have 6 units. So of 6 units, 5 of them belongs to the afternoon, right? So then after we allocate all the units, we have 1 unit left, and that coincides with 20, these 20 pies. So 1 unit is 20, and after that, 20 times 8, because there's 8 units here, we have 160. How many of you have 160 just like me? Right. How many of you are able to follow my lesson also, right? So you're following, type follow. Right, if you cannot follow, right, can you type a question mark? You really don't understand, right? Can you type 2 question mark? Okay, it looks like most of you can understand, okay, but a bit tricky, okay. All right, that's good. So let's try the next question, all right? Let's see whether we can follow the next question. How many of you think these type of questions are tricky? Okay, let me know, type the word tricky. Okay, so I try my best to help you again, okay, when we solve the last question, all right? Okay, if you're ready, can you type for me question 3? So we move on to the next question. Okay, it's the same thing, huh? Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this is question 3. So in this question, let me read one more time to you. Chandra has some game cards. He gave 2/5 of his game cards to Andy and 5/9 of the remainder to Benson. If Chandra had 60 game cards left, how many game cards did he have at first? All right, we have already solved 2 already. Can I trouble you to solve this on your own and you let me know your answer? Then later I'll review to you. So remember, these are some of the key information that you should be taking note of. Right, based on this, you should be able to draw your first model. And I will share my answers with you in about 2 minutes time. Right, I need to go and take something. So give me a short, I'm going to take a short break. I'll just go out and get some water. Okay, I'm back. Let me see your answers. Oh, looks like a lot of you are able to get the answer. Huh? Right. my answer for this question is 225. How many of you have 225? Okay, I can see a lot of you have 225, right? Camilla, Davina, right? Jaslyn also able to get. So not so difficult, right? Jaslyn, you're able to do it, right? Why do you type a question mark? Okay, for the rest of you who are not very sure, let's work out together. So Chandra has some game cards. Okay, based on this fraction, we're able to draw 5 units. Right, the denominator says 5, so we draw 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So just follow along, Kai Xian. I'm sure you're able to solve this. So our 5 units, 2 units belongs to ND. He gave 2 units to ND. So these 2 units you give to ND. Then 5, 9 of the remainder to Benson. So here we have 3 units. We need to split into 9. So 9 divided by 3. Each of the unit we need to split into 3 smaller units. So let's split it. So maybe I use a different color, you'll be able to see better. So now we have 3, 6, 9. We have 9 units for the remainder. It matches what the question is stated here, right? 9. So we have 5 units for that will be given to Benson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here to here, you give to Benson. So Chandra has 60 cards left. This is 60. So can you tell me how many units are there for 60? How many units? Right, thank you, Amelia. Thank you, Renee. So we have 4 units for, that is over here, right? 4 units. So 4 units is 60. How do I find 1 unit? So 1 unit, we take 60, divide by 4. And what do I get? Okay, Manishka. So Amber, we get, Amelia, yes, we get 15. Very good. 1 unit is 15. So the last part is to answer the question, how many game cards did he have at first? So we're looking for the total. Right? Total. Each big unit is split into 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 3, there should be how many units? In total, there are 15 units here, right? Do you agree with me? You do, right? So 15 units. And each unit is 15. So 15 times 15. Are you able to handle 15 times 15? Okay, show me. Can you do it? Right, very good. Okay, it looks like you're not bad with your multiplication, right? So you will get 225. So for you, some of you who might have some mistake is 15 multiplied by 15. I'm sure you know how to do it. So 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So here, the next set is 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. You add together, you get 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry 1, so it is 1 plus 1 is 2. 225. Okay, great. So 225 is our answer. So looks like a lot of you are able to understand already. So yes, Douglas, very good. Okay, glad you are able to understand. So how many of you, if you have questions about question 3, right, please let me know. So I will explain further to you, right? Of course, I can't satisfy everybody, right? Some of you will say that I'm too slow. Some of you say I'm too fast, right? So, but what's important is if you open your mind and learn, you'll be able to, okay, acquire a new strategy. All right, you'll be able to acquire a new strategy. Okay, so we have done with the 2 strategies already. However, we still have 2 bonus questions to go, right? So let's move on to the bonus question. So if you are ready, can you help me type page 6? Okay, page 6. So maybe I string this. You already have the question, right? I need the space to draw. Okay, so this is first of 3 questions in problem sums in the bonus question, the higher order thinking. Let me read the first one to you. Or split what into 2 lines? What is it they are talking about? This one? You're talking about question 3? Are we talking about question 3? Okay, there's a question about why do you split into 2 lines? I split into 3. Each model I split into 3, right? So can you be more specific about the question? What is it that you want to know? Yeah, because the remainder we need to split. We need 9 units, right? Look at the denominator here. Here says 9. Okay, 5, 9. Therefore, 9 indicates the remainder has 9 units. Okay, so I hope I understand what you are asking, and this is the answer that I have for you. So if not, right, you can stay back at the end of the lesson, then I will have to clarify whatever that you have doubt with. So let me go on to this question first. Yeah, there are 3 questions. Dira, if you have if you are busy, you can watch the replay, right? So in this question, Mei Li and Lily shared a total of 406 stickers. Mei Li took 27 of the stickers and Lily took the rest. After Mei Li bought some stickers, she had the same number of stickers as Lily. How many stickers did Lily buy? Right, so first, what are the key information? We know that the total is 406. We also know that Mei Li took 27 of the stickers and Lily took the rest. So in this case, we should split the model into 7 units at first, right? Based on this information here. So there are 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of 7, Mei Li took 2 and the rest belongs to Lily. So in total, there are 406. So 7 units is equals to 406. All right. So we need to find the value of 1 unit. Can you help me? 406 divided by 7. What do we get? But Dylan, can you wait a while? I'm trying to get to the answer, so you might want to wait a while. So 1 unit will give us 58. Right, 58. So from here, we need to find out how many stickers does Mei Li have. So Mei Li has 2 units, so 58 times 2. So how many stickers is that? Right, thank you, Braden. Thank you, Camilla. So it will be 116. How about Lily? Right, Lily. Lily will have 5 units. So we take 58 times 5. And we will have, right, thank you, Camilla, again, and Kai Xian. She has 290, right? 290. So what's next? The question says, now we know how many stickers each girl have, right? Mei Li bought some more stickers, so Mei Li is the one who has less, and then she has the same number as Lily. So how many did Mei Li buy? So Mei Li need to match Lily, so she must have 290, right? 290. But Mei Li currently has 116. So add or minus? Plus or minus? I want to check from you. Minus, right? Thank you, everybody. So good job for paying attention. So we take 290 minus 116, and she will have 174. So 174 is the answer to this question. So answer 174. Okay, again, how many of you have 174 before me? Type me too. And if you're following my instruction, type follow. Me 1 minute ago, me 5 minutes ago. Cannot be 5 minutes. I haven't even spent 5 minutes on this question yet. Right? So, okay. So, any question about number 1? Any? Yeah, well, you have a different way. Okay, when I see you this weekend, you let me know, okay, Dira? You share with me. Or you can bring your solution and show me. Okay, you have questions, you have about 30 seconds to ask. Otherwise, you know the drill. You just type question 2. Then we move on to the next question. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So this is question 2. Let me read to you. Cindy has 3 rows of hibiscus plants in her garden. In each row, there are 12 plants. 1/6 of the plants have pink flowers. 1/4 of the plants have red flowers, while the rest of the plants have yellow flowers. What fraction of the plants were pink and red? Okay, I think the first one is easy, right? Can you help me? Can I give you 1 minute or so to let me know what's the answer? So here are the important information. There are 3 rows and then each row is 12 plants. This is the indication of pink. This is the fraction for pink. This is the fraction for red. And the rest are yellow. So what fraction of the plants are pink and red? So what do? Do we add or subtract, plus or minus? We're going to add, right? So why? Because we know that the pink, what's the fraction for pink? We're talking about fraction, right? What's the fraction for pink? Let's read and understand. Thank you, Douglas. It's 1/6. How about red? We need to have pink, we need to have red, right? How about red? 1/4. So what's the fraction of plants that have pink and red flowers, right? So we have to add, right? So therefore, we have to add 1/6 with 1/4. Do you remember how to add or not? Right? We need to add. Do you need any clues from me? Yes, thank you, Amber. We're going to make the denominator the same. So 6 and 12, what's the common denominator? Can you help me? Okay, Manishka, Douglas is 12, right? Thank you. So we're going to change all to denominator, common denominator of 12. So that means the top we have 2 times 2. For 1/4 we have 2 times 3. And what's the final answer, everybody? Okay, thank you, Paige. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Douglas. Jesslyn, it is 5/12. Right, not too bad, right? You're able to do it. Now, the next thing is how many of the hibiscus plants have yellow flowers? Right, that's part B. So before we can find how many, right, we have to find what is the fraction of yellow flowers. Can you help me? Oh, very good, Lloyd. That's very clear. So Lloyd says we take 12/12 minus 5/12. Is that true, everybody? Do you agree with him? If you agree, can you type yes? Right, good. Okay, thank you, Justine, Amber, Julia. So we will have an answer of 7/12, right? 12 minus 5 gives 7. If the denominator doesn't change. Now, So next, we need to find how many flowers are there, right? Okay, let's go back to find the total. Based on these two, the first two lines, can you tell me how many flowers were there at the beginning? How many flowers were there at the beginning? Okay, 12, 36, 36 or 12? There are 3 rows, right? Each row is 12. So 3, thank you, Renee, times 12 will give us 36. So we should have 36 flowers in total. 36 flowers. So the denominator will tell you how many units, right? So you're already at the end of your P4, right? You should. Some of you do not need to draw models already. Okay, sometimes we just know that the denominator will tell us how many units are there. So there are 12 units, and 12 units is equals to 36. Our objective is to find how many flowers is represented by 7 units. So if 12 units is 36, 1 unit is equals to 36 divided by 12. And what do we get? Yes, we get 3. So after that, to find yellow, yellow is 7 units out of 12, right? So I just write the word yellow. It will be 7 times 3, and we end up getting 21 flowers, right? So the answer for B will be 21. So let me recap. Your answer for A is 5, 12. Your answer for B is 21. So these are the answers for this question. Do you have it? How many of you have the answers before me? Same thing. Type me too. Right, if you're following my instruction, type follow. Thank you very much. Yes, Sylvia, what's your question this time? Can you type out quickly so I can move on to the last question? Okay, right. So, all right. So now, if you have no questions, why do we times 7? Huh? Oh, the fraction for yellow is 7/12, right? 7/12 means yellow is 7 units. Total number of units is 12 units. Yeah, the total based on your denominator is 12 units. Then yellow is 7 units. So 12 units is equals to 36 because the total number of flowers is 36. All right, thank you. Okay, let's move on to question 3. It looks like a lot of you are eagerly waiting to go to question 3, right? So let's move on to question 3 now. So I'm going to clear my screen in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and clear. Let's move on to the last question. Oh, question 3 is tricky. Hold on, let me see. A shop has 30 violins and some guitars. During a sale, 1/3 of the violin and 1/5 of the guitar were sold. 64 guitars left unsold, right? Were left unsold. How many violins were sold? So now, the first part is talking about violins, right? So what are the important keywords? There's only 30 violins. This N means you do not know how many guitars are there, right? So that's the first part. Then the second thing is during a sale, 1/3 of the violins and 1/5 of the guitars were sold. 64 guitars were left unsold. So the first question is not asking about guitars, it's asking about violin. So violin, let's go back to the violin. What are the information on violin? So the first thing is we know there are 30 violins. 1/3 of them were sold. So this is our, let's build up the question. So the first thing is violin. If you draw a model for the violin, right? How many units would that be? Can you let me know? How many units? Look at this fraction. Right, very good. Amelia, Minishka. So we have 3 units. So 3 units in total is representing 30 sets of violin. So if 3 units is 30 sets of violin, how about 1 unit? 1 unit is 10, right? 30 divided by 3 is 10. So each of these unit is 10. So out of 10, we sold 1 out of 3 during the sale. So this is the portion that I highlight. So this is the unit that was sold. Right, these are the units that were sold. So you say, how many units of violin were sold? So sold, quite easy, right? 10 violins. Okay? Right. So how about B? B is asking how many violins and guitars were sold all together. So now we already know 10 violins over here. So next we're going to find guitars. So guitar, let's find all the information about the guitar. We know that 1/5 of the guitars were sold. So if 1/5 of the guitar was sold, how many units must I draw? Right, thank you, Lloyd, very fast. Dira also, we must have 5 units. Thank you, Sylvia. So we have 5 units. Okay, so out of 5 units, it say we also sell 1 unit. So this 1 unit sold. And this is what's left. And can you tell me how many guitars were left? From the question, what did the question say? The question says 64 guitars left unsold, right? 64. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4 units is 64. So how do I find 1 unit? Right, very good. 64. Thank you, Braden. Divide by 4, and we will have an answer of 16. So 1 unit is 16. So the guitar sold here in this case is 1 unit. Therefore, you sold 16 sets of guitar during the sale. So what is the total sold? That will be our answer, right? Okay, I'm going to write here, total that was sold. So total that was sold, you sold 10 violins and 16 guitars. So in total, we will have 26. How many of you have 26? Okay, you can see Braden has 26. Okay, you have 20. You have both answers. Can you type for me? Me too. The same thing. If you're able to follow my instructions, type follow. If you're a bit lost, can you tell me type question mark so that I can understand that maybe I need to ask you more prompting questions, right? In order for you to get the right answers. Yes, Gerald, which part is it that I need to explain to you? Right, no, right? If there's, okay, now is the question and answer session. So if you have any question, you let me know. Is it 3A or 3B that I need to explain again? Okay, looks like a lot of you are able to get the answer. 3A. 3A, you need to look at this clue over here. There are 30 violins and 1/3 of them were sold. So 1/3 means you need to draw a model with 3 units. Out of 3 units, you sold 1 of them. Then you put in the total number of violins, which is 30. So from here, you can see that 3 units is 30. So if 3 units is 30, one unit must be equals to 10, right? You can use, there are many methods. So therefore, the number of violins sold was 10. If you want to have more challenging questions, I would encourage you to attend our regular classes. That's where we discuss more in-depth questions over here. So over here, this is an outreach program, so it's a general discussion on the problem sums, all right? All right, so that's the end of our session. So I hope you have learned something new. Now, just a recap. So this week we're doing fractions. So next week we'll be continuing in the same manner. We will discuss some more problem sum strategies with you. And do remember, okay, let me go through the slides again. That we have our upcoming program, which is the booster class, which is starting this weekend. And after that, we'll be having our final year revision bootcamp during the PSLE marking week. Oh, okay. Right. So how many of you will be joining me next week for the next session? Right. Okay, Douglas, Snow will be joining. Okay, Dylan will be coming. Aiden, right? Estelle. Okay, it looks like most of the people, right? So good. So I look forward to see you next week. Just remember, these are some of our upcoming programs. If coming, please let your parents know that you're interested. Then we will follow up with them, right? Otherwise, you can pass the information to all your friends, and maybe they will find it interesting and useful, and they might learn something. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'll be here for the next few minutes. So, Justin, you have some question, is it? Okay, if you have no questions, I'd like to say thank you and goodbye. Okay, sweet dreams tonight. Okay, I'll see you next Monday.